Bucks take the lead.
Carmelo Anthony
found the opening, and it's put down.
Anderson had a pad down on the ankle.
The Broncos will have the football.
Denver touchdown.
Colorado Sports Connection.
Hi, Big Bill from Big Bill's New York Pizza. I'm with McKenzie Haley, Miss Rodeo America, and we're watching Colorado Sports Connection.
Hello everybody and welcome to Colorado Sports Connection. I'm Daryl Navarro, your host, and we're coming to you from Big Bill's New York Pizza in Centennial. Well, it's mid-January here in Colorado, and that can only mean one thing. The National Western Stock Show and Rodeo is back in town, and we have a very special guest for you, the Ambassador of Rodeo, Miss Rodeo America, McKenzie Haley. McKenzie, welcome to Colorado.
Well, thank you.
And I have a question for you. As the Ambassador of Rodeo, what is your role?
Well, as Miss Rodeo America, I'm the first lady at professional rodeo in our country, and I'm kind of like a PR person for rodeo. I do a lot of interviews, TV interviews, radio interviews, newspaper interviews about the rodeo in town where I may be at, or about rodeo in general. So I'm kind of like a spokesperson, a PR person for rodeo in general.
Now, is this your first time here at the National Western?
No, so last year I was Miss Rodeo South Dakota. So I was here for a weekend representing South Dakota, and now I'm here as Miss Rodeo America. So I've been here before. It's quite the show.
Okay, now South Dakota. Now, what part of South Dakota are you from?
I'm from Winter.
Okay, now you were Miss South Dakota last year.
Yes.
Okay, take us through the process how you went from Miss Rodeo South Dakota to becoming Miss Rodeo America.
Well, I was Miss Rodeo America, Miss Rodeo South Dakota 2010. And at the end of the year, all the Miss Rodeo, whatever states, compete for Miss Rodeo America. And the Miss Rodeo America pageant is the week before the NFR in Vegas. And so the pageant includes, horsemanship interview, personal interview, we answer impromptu questions, model, give a speech on our state, take a written test. And they also have a horsemanship patterns where they'll bring in two horses that you've never seen before, never ridden before, don't have any time to warm up. You get on and go into the arena and do two horsemanship patterns, which is figure eight, stops, backs, that kind of thing. And then on stage, they give out the categories for personality, appearance, photogenic, speech, and horsemanship, and written test. And then the winner then has a year as Miss Rodeo America.
Now, I have down here too that one of the categories that you have to go through and take a test in is the current event awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Give us an example of what they ask you.
Well, in our personal interview, they can ask anything from what's on your bio to your opinions about different things to anything on current events. So in my interview, I was asked about, the airport security, the new body scanners. I was asked about racial profiling. I was asked about global warming. And then they also do a current event impromptu question where every girl gets up on stage in front of the crowd, and you answer one impromptu question, and mine was about the tax breaks. So literally, you have to be up to date on everything going on in the country and also in the world. So it's a lot of preparation and a lot of studying.
You talk about preparation. Now, this totally amazed me. From the readings that I was looking at, it stated that you were putting in 6 hours a day studying to be Miss Rodeo America.
More than that. And in the 3 months before the pageant, because as during Miss Rodeo South Dakota that year, I spent a lot of time traveling. So from May to beginning of September, I was gone, traveling across the state and around the Midwest, going to different rodeos and functions. So September, October, November, I really hit it hard. And I literally wake up in the morning, study, eat lunch, study, watch the news. I mean, that's all I did. And something that people are surprised to hear, that I didn't watch one TV show in 3 months that wasn't news. So either if I wasn't watching the news, I was studying. So it was so much preparation, but well worth it.
Now, when you say the studying too, you also had to take some tests, I believe, on equine knowledge as well?
Well, our horsemanship interview can be asked anything from equine science, so I studied vet books, or anything dealing with rodeo. So not only do I know every single event, every single rule, and every single event in the rodeo, but you have to know the history of the sport. So you study this much in order to know this much. So because you never know what they're going to ask, so you want to study everything you get your hands on. So that was in the horsemanship interview, and they also gave us a written test, which can be covered anything. Well, the PRCA has a rule book, and our test was 100% on that rule book.
Wow.
Yeah, not very fun to read, but You must know it all.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, what I'd like to talk to you about is your time in Vegas and the competition that you went through for that entire week and when you were crowned Miss Rodeo America. We'll continue our talk with McKenzie Haley, Miss Rodeo America, right here on Colorado Sports Connection.